I've literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong. And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy? Before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me? How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but like, I need love. All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind. And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy and wants to build a life with me. Is that so hard?
It's okay to want a romantic relationship. It's okay to crave that. It's okay to want a partnership. It's okay to want to be loved by someone. I know on this app, the advice that is giving is including myself, but love is so beautiful, and loving yourself and doing a bunch of hobbies and hanging out with your friends is not going to replace the need and the want for a romantic partnership with someone. So it's okay to want that. It's not okay to hyperfixate on it and feel like if you don't have it, it's the end of the world. But it's okay to live your life, live a fulfilling life, and still want to have a partnership with someone. That is completely okay. And allow yourself to feel those feelings, even if they are sad, because love is a beautiful thing.
There's nothing wrong with feeling like you need somebody by your side to help you navigate through the world. And this is for anybody out there who might be feeling guilty or shameful for wanting a relationship, because I think there is a narrative online right now where we should all be, hyper independent and doing our own thing and not always worrying about relationships. And while, I definitely advocate for taking time to yourself, getting to know yourself, dating yourself in a sense. At the same time, I don't think that wanting a relationship is at all bad or wrong. It doesn't make you a bad person or a bad feminist or a desperate woman to want a relationship or a partner. I think that's part of the human experience, to want somebody by your side to help navigate through this world, because this world is scary and it's bad sometimes and it's not fun always by yourself, right? Of course you can have fun alone, and your mind should be a fun place. You should work to cultivate a fun atmosphere within your own head so that when you are alone, you don't completely hate it, that you actually enjoy your own company. But there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner at all. There's a lot to gain from being connected with other people. And sometimes being alone does not allow you the same growth and development that being in a relationship or any sort of partnership does. So while, yes, we are in this day and age pushing for more people to be independent and not have to attach themselves to relationships if they don't want to, right? If you're doing it because you think you should be doing it because society says you should do it, we're trying to say, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You're allowed to be alone and have fun alone. However, if you genuinely do want to, that's also okay. You don't have to feel guilty or shameful for it.
Let's normalize wanting a partner. Anytime anyone mentions the fact that they want a relationship in any sort, they were like, you need to work on yourself. You need to be comfortable with being by yourself. Just because I want a partner, why would you naturally assume that I haven't worked on myself? Why is it one or the other? Why can't I be healed and also still desire a partner? There's a certain point in time where enough work has been done. I think it creates this really weird connotation that, number one, wanting a relationship is bad. It creates this other notion that you have to be completely healed before you get into a relationship, which is an unrealistic standard, because guess what? As long as you're on this earth, you're never going to be completely healed. Day by day, you're gonna piece the stuff together and piece the stuff together. But guess what? There's only certain work you can do when you're actually in the relationship and being tested. There's a difference between wanting a partner to complete you, fix you, tap all your wounds, and all of this other stuff. That's not gonna happen. There's only a certain level of intimacy that you can have with a partner. Please don't be letting people out here make you feel like you are wrong for desiring a partner after doing so much self-work. Granted, there are times where this is the case and maybe you're not ready to enter a relationship, and that's okay, but that's not always the case.
Welcome back to my channel, back in another video, and I'm here to talk about another unpopular topic or opinion. Granted, I feel like my past couple of unpopular opinion videos actually weren't all that unpopular because a lot of you guys actually agreed with what I said, so I'm curious if anyone else can relate to what I'm going to cover in this video. And so in this video, I actually wanted to talk about dating, relationships, but kind of the opposite end of it, which is people who are choosing not to date, people who are opting out of the dating pool, because it seems like there's a lot of people out there who are choosing to not date. The dating climate and dating culture right now has just been very combative, divisive. People are just at odds. Every single time you see a new relationship topic pop up on the timeline, you go into the comment section and it's women fighting men, men fighting women, men fighting men, and women fighting, like everybody is just going at each other's throats in the comment section because everybody has such strong opinions about dating. And I feel like a lot of those opinions are coming from a place of just hurt, frustration, defensiveness, because there's a lot of people out there who desire companionship, but there's also a lot of people that have gotten hurt and played by people. And I want to make it evident that yes, it happens to both genders. I know I'm going to get those comments, so just know, even though I will be speaking mainly from a woman's perspective because hi, I'm a woman, I do recognize that a lot of what might be said in this video could apply to both genders. So I want to throw that disclaimer out there before I get comments saying, oh, well, women do it too. Yes, women do it, men do it, anyone is capable of anything, okay? And so I really wanted to get into this topic of people entering their single season, their solo healing journeys. That's been a really big topic because again, a lot of people have just been at odds and very hurt, and I feel like there's been this big separation that's been happening within the dating culture. People are starting to separate, people are starting to just, you know, do their own thing because people are just, they're tired of putting their heart out there and getting hurt and getting played and getting lied to. And I think a lot of people are just choosing to tap out because they're just like, you know what, I don't know what it is, I don't know if I'm just picking the wrong people or something's wrong with me, but I'm tired of it and I'm done. So I've seen a lot of women saying that they're just gonna focus on themselves and their careers and everything else and just putting dating on the back burner. Same thing with men. I've seen men say it as well, like men saying that they're gonna be more cautious about, you know, which women they're, you know, investing their time and their money into. They're being very cautious about the women that they choose to date. And you know, it's interesting, right? Because you see so many people online talking about, you know, having all these options and having a roster and, you know, having all these options, but you're seeing more and more that there actually are a lot of people out there that do want to settle down and they want to find their partner, but everyone again is just on edge. And instead of them coming into it with the open mind and giving everybody a fair chance, they're instead going into a very defensive, having their walls walls up. They're going into it with this mindset of like, okay, let me see what I can get out of this person. Or they're almost looking for people too to like, you know, prove themselves to them, which you do that to a certain extent, right? Like when you're dating, like obviously you're vetting people. You're saying, okay, could me and this person be a match? So you're paying attention to like their behaviors and how they speak and how they answer certain questions. But I feel like it's just gotten very, very toxic, and I see a lot of people feeling the same way. And that's why you see a lot of people saying, you know what, I'm tapped out, I'm done, I don't want to date no more, right? And to be completely honest with you, that's where I'm at personally. I have no interest in dating, putting energy into dating, trying to meet somebody. I've already checked out at this point, and so I understand why other people are checked out as well. But what I really wanted to get into in this video, and what even prompted me to get into this video, is this idea that when you're in your single season and you're focusing on yourself, there's this expectation that you're supposedly not supposed to still want a partner or still desire companionship when you're focusing on yourself. And that is something that I really wanted to get into in this video, because I don't agree with that. I don't agree that just because you're in your single season that you have to necessarily love it or enjoy it. Yes, there should be things within your single season that bring you joy, that bring you fulfillment, that bring you happiness. Yes, you should find things in life that, again, fulfill you outside of a romantic connection. But that desire for companionship, to me, is still there for a lot of people, and I don't see anything wrong with that. And I always used to hate whenever I would tell people that I would desire a partner. And again, this is even going back before my last relationship, like even back like in beginning, like freshman year college days. Like a lot of people, you know, whenever I would say like, man, like I wish I had a partner, I wish I was in a relationship, people would often force feed this idea that that's not something that I should want, that that's not something that I should desire. I shouldn't want a relationship, and that I should just be content with being by myself, that I should be comfortable with being alone. And what was so frustrating to me in that moment is that up until that point, I had already pretty much been doing that. And that was kind of my complaint. My complaint was that I had never been in a relationship. Obviously that changed at a certain point, but for a long time I had never been in a relationship. I had never experienced a lot of like romantic interactions with people. Like I had never held hands with a guy. Like there was a lot of things that I had never done that I wanted to experience. And a lot of people were saying that I shouldn't want those things, or I shouldn't be thinking about those things. And people kept telling me, oh, well, you gotta like, you know, be comfortable in your own company. But it's like when you're someone that has always had to enjoy their own company, when you're someone that has always been alone and have always not had somebody, to then tell said person that they should be comfortable with that is extremely defeating and dismissive of their feelings. To tell somebody that has never been in a relationship that they need to just be comfortable being alone, what do you think they've been doing their whole lives? Like a lot of us have had no choice but to get comfortable being, you know, by ourselves and enjoying our own company. But now we've reached a point where it's like, okay, we want things to change. And even in the midst of me finally having that relationship but then it ending, again, it's that same thing. Oh, just be by yourself, just focus on yourself, just do you, just don't even think about it, don't even want it. But it's like, it's hard to suppress a desire that so many people, including myself, want and maybe even dreamed of. Now, yes, obviously you don't want to get to a point where you're overly consumed with the thought of it to where you're chasing it and you're becoming desperate for a relationship. That's not healthy at all. And that is when I would say, okay, take a step back, focus on you. Don't be so caught up in trying to get that. But I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody that they shouldn't desire it, or that them even saying that they want a partner makes them desperate. Like, I just don't agree with that at all. And I also, again, I disagree with the fact that you have to enjoy your single season. I don't have to like being single. I don't have to like being single. Like, yes, there should be things, other things in life that fulfill me and make me happy, which currently I do have those things. But I don't have to enjoy not having a partner. It's okay for me to not enjoy that. And I've never been someone that has enjoyed that. And again, that's been a very hard statement to tell people, because the immediate feedback is, oh, well, you need to be, you know, happy with being single. There's so many things to enjoy about being single. And it's like, yeah, there's other things in life that can make me happy and that can make life worth living. But let's be for real. I desire companionship. I enjoy having a partner. I like being in a relationship. And so when I'm not in one, I don't like it. It's not my preference. I don't prefer to be single. And I've literally been like this since the beginning of time. And just because you're someone that doesn't like being single, I think there's a difference between not enjoying being single and not liking that you don't have a partner versus being uncomfortable with it. If you are uncomfortable being alone, if you're uncomfortable not being in a relationship, then yes, that is a problem, that is an issue, and that requires you taking a step back and really focusing in on you and figuring out how to still be happy and to still enjoy life and how to be comfortable being on your own and being by yourself. That 100%. But I feel there's a lot of women out there who they've been single for literally decades. They have mastered what it means to be alone, to be in their own company, to find other pleasures in life, but they still want somebody. And I think that that's okay. I think it's okay to want companionship. I don't think wanting companionship makes you desperate, makes you male-centered, or means that you don't love yourself, or that you don't enjoy your own company, or that you can't find fulfillment in other things. Again, like, both things can coexist. You can still find fulfillment in other things but still want companionship. And there's this whole idea too that your friendships can replace what you had in your relationship. Yes and no. I don't think it's a one for one. I don't believe that platonic, for me, I'll just speak for me, but I've also seen a lot of other women say this too, that your platonic friendships and your platonic relationships with people, although yes, they can be just as fulfilling as a romantic partnership, I don't feel like it's the same thing. I'm sorry, there are just certain things that you get from a relationship. There's certain, feelings that you get from a relationship that you're just not going to get from a friend. And I know that some people's friendships are kind of blurred in that sense of like, like, again, for me, like, I am someone that has grown to crave physical touch more and more. And that's not something that I do on a casual basis. That's a me thing. I'm not saying that anybody else has to do that, but I am somebody that I just won't engage in casual intimacy with a person unless I'm in a committed relationship with them. And so I'm not holding hands, I'm not cuddling, I'm not getting all touchy-feely with my friends. I'm not doing that. That's a boundary. That's not something that I feel comfortable doing. But I know there's some women out there who are touchy-feely like that with their friends. They can cuddle and get in bed with their friends and it not be anything, and they still get that sense of like physical touch from them. But that's not me. And so for me, because I'm not in a relationship right now, I'm not in a committed partnership with somebody, that's an area of my life that's heavily lacking. And I have my moments where I'm like, dang, I really miss being held. I really miss having someone to cuddle. I just miss having those interactions and that feeling that you get by being around somebody that you love. Like, I really miss that. And that's not, some of those things are things that can't be replicated within my platonic friendships. And so it's always going to be something that isn't being fulfilled if and when I do find somebody else, right? So again, when people say that they want companionship, it's not always out of desperation. And I understand that happens, right? Like, there are people out there who are desperate and they have to be with somebody, like they can't be alone. I know somebody personally that's like that. And I do think that if you get to that point where you're just constantly chasing it and like you're uncomfortable with yourself, then yes, take that time, take a break, find other things to get into and to focus your mind on. But for a lot of people out there, men and women, a lot of us have been taking time for ourselves and not putting our focus into it. Because again, people say all the time, oh, you'll find your person when you're not looking for it and when you're not paying attention. But I'm sorry, if especially when it comes to marriage, there's a lot of people that want to get married. I've been very iffy about whether or not I even want marriage as a goal anymore, just because of just things that have happened. And I feel like the way that I view marriage just doesn't align with how marriage is viewed today. And quite frankly, I'm just preparing for the possibility that I may not even get married. And so that's like a whole nother topic within itself. There's a lot of people out here that desire marriage really badly. It's like literally one of their life goals to get married. And so imagine imagine you're hitting your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and you still haven't found your life partner. That's gonna affect you to a certain degree, and I don't think that makes that person necessarily desperate for marriage. It just means that it's something that they really desire and they really want, because they're human. Human beings naturally crave love and companionship. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like a scientific fact at this point. And so, I don't know. I just don't like when people do express like, hey, like, man, I really just would love to just have somebody romantically in my life. People will try to diminish that and say that you're wrong for feeling that way, or, oh, well, you can get that feeling from X, Y, and Z. No, you can't. Not all of it. Everything that you get from a relationship and those satisfactions that you get from a romantic connection, it can't always be replicated somewhere else. Sometimes you literally just have to sit there and deal with that void, But obviously having a balance is really important, and I think that that's the healthier way to look at it, right? It's okay to want a partner, it's okay to desire companionship, but don't allow that to consume you, and don't allow that desire to overtake you and to make you do things that you wouldn't normally do, or to change yourself, or to do things that would have you like in a really low mental space and a very insecure place where you're trying so hard to just get that thing that you want so badly. It should never consume you to that point, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting that. And like I said, you can be in a place in your life where you're again, you're spending time doing your hobbies, you're spending time with friends and family, you're traveling, right? You're doing all the things that you want to do, you're accomplishing all of your goals, but you still have that desire and that want for a romantic connection that still lingers. And I think that's okay. I don't think anyone is wrong for wanting that. And again, yes, be happy and content with what you do have in life, but also don't feel ashamed if you're someone that is like, yeah, like, I got the career, I got the friends, I'm traveling, I'm doing all the things, but dang, I wish I had somebody that was waiting there for me at the end of the day. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. And again, that's something that I deal with currently, because also, to be completely transparent, you have some people that they choose to be single, right? They choose to be single, they choose to focus on themselves. I am not someone that chose to be single, just to be completely blunt. Like, I'm not someone that chose to be single. I didn't choose this. I'm making the best out of a situation that I was literally not prepared to deal with. I was literally forced to focus on myself, because I was literally at a place where I had pretty much like lost myself and lost the person that I thought I was going to be with, the person that I in my head was planning a future with. I had lost all of that, and I literally was forced to be single, forced to focus on myself. And although I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful for all of the great things that are happening in my life, to say that I should enjoy it, that I should be happy about what happened, that I should like being single and not having a person, no, I don't. And I don't. Again, to be completely honest and transparent, I don't like this. I so wish that what happened didn't happen and that I was still in a relationship. I so wish that. But again, life is life. I can't control everything. I can't control other people. I can only do my best, and it is what it is. And I'm definitely taking my time and not so much in a rush to find the next person. I'm definitely now, even more than ever, trying to become content with the fact that I might be single for a very long time, if not for the rest of my life at this point, because I just, between, again, just with how dating culture is nowadays, that everyone just being at odds with the marriage, or not even marriage, the divorce rate being so high, and just how people be moving. And then not to mention the fact that I need to get into a mental space where I'm actually ready to give another person a chance. It's just a lot right now, so the likelihood of me getting into a relationship anytime soon or ever is very slim at this point. But that's another conversation topic. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like that people try to force you into not wanting a partner, and that being single is something that you should like enjoy. Like, and again, there should be things that you find enjoyment in. I'm not saying that you should be miserable. I think that's pretty evident, but I also feel like I have to say it because there's going to be people that are going to purposely misinterpret what I'm saying. So no, I'm not saying that when you're single that you should be sad, that you should, like, again be uncomfortable in that. Like, no, like there still should be other things that make you happy, but this idea that you have to be okay with your current circumstances when you know that this is not what you want, I just think it's unrealistic and it's unhealthy. And it goes back to so many other topics that I've covered on this channel, with people, you know, still living at home, or people working jobs that they don't want to be in, or people being unemployed. This idea that, oh, you should just be grateful for where you are and you shouldn't complain ever. You should just be okay with whatever you have going on. And it's like, yes, you should be grateful for the little things, but no one has to sit there and be 100% okay with their circumstances if they want more for themselves, whatever that looks like. And so if you have someone that is single that wants a partner, it's okay for them to not be okay with being single. If someone is working a 9 to 5 that they hate, and you know they still want to pursue their dream career, it's okay for them to, you know, like, yes, be grateful that you have money coming in and you can pay your bills, but they don't have to be comfortable in that. They can still want more for themselves. Yes, if someone is currently moved back in with their parents because financially they're struggling, yes, they should be thankful that they have a roof over their head, but they can still want their own place someday. They can still be frustrated with the fact that they even had to come back home in the first place. It doesn't make them ungrateful. Like, it's just we have to stop telling people how to feel about their circumstances. People are allowed to want different things. I don't think anybody is truly 100% content with their life. I think everybody is always wanting more out of life in different areas of their life, right? And although, yes, those things and those desires and those dreams shouldn't consume you, and it shouldn't get to a place where you're unhappy if you don't have those things, that obviously is unhealthy. But I think still having that desire and still wanting to work towards it and still wanting better for yourself, I think that that's normal. I think that's a part of being a human being. And the same thing applies to dating and relationships. And so, yeah, that's all I have to say on this topic. Let me know if you guys could relate to anything that I said. If you are somebody that's currently in your single season and you had that desire for companionship, but you've been a little afraid to even say it out loud because of potential judgment that you might get from others, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if anything that I said in this video resonated with you and made you feel heard and seen, or if you could relate to anything that I said in this video. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.